Hey there, it's Jason from Growth Experts. There's something I wanted to show you in this video from how I took our design system or created a design system for my business, Growth Experts, started actually using ChatGPT to help me with that into Claude Design, right? So I went from ChatGPT to Claude Design. From Claude Design, helped come up with my design system, then took that to create a welcome mailer, a designed welcome mailer inside of Claude Code for me based off our design system. And then lastly, that code straight into kit.com. Probably 10 minutes of work across this. A little bit of thinking around here on the ChatGPT side, an iteration. I needed something that I wanted looking really good, and I'll show you the issue we were sort of having, or I was having with the Growth Experts website. Right through to now, I want kick-ass looking welcome mailer, and then I'm going to show you an example. We've done this for a client of ours. So let me get into it. So the very first thing, so I want to first show you something. So this is the Growth Experts website. One of the big issues I have with this site is we're using a lot of stock photography, and I hate it. And I've never been able to find something. I hate these pictures. And I don't know how to fix them, right? They're in the background and they're like, and we've got a really good design style. We used a designer a couple of years ago. I spent probably $5,000 to $10,000 on creating an entire brand guidelines and, design the logo and all of that. And we've got the colors and I'm happy with that. I'm even happy sort of with the fonts. Don't mind it maybe changing, whatever. But I don't know how to fix these images. And so what I did was ChatGPT, and I was like, I need you to help me come up with brand design system and brand guidelines for my company, right? I gave it the entire page. We've got like a color palette here, so I'll show you that. We've got a color palette, obviously. I just dumped in and I gave it our logo, so it understood that. Not much other context. I said we have full brand guideline with color logos, but the issues I have is this accents and images we use are terrible. We use stock images pretty much across our website. I hate that. We do have some cool accents, like a few squiggly lines, so I do like that. I like you to help come up with design ideas, come up with a whole bunch of them, right? Hand-drawn, thick hand-drawn, colorful gradients. I just gave it some stuff. So start with my ideas, but also give me other ideas that you think might fit, okay? And any questions. And this thing went and started, so it built out a couple of these, and I was like, wow. So you can see this, like using this orbit and stuff, and I was like, very AI-ish. It's like a bit like, not too great. Pulled in some of our colors and stuff. Then we went here, and I was like, okay. Still hate the people. I don't want to use people like shots like this. But then I started seeing little elements like this. You were the here over here that I really liked. I mean, look how cheesy this is. Then I was like, oh wait, it did these all in the first shot, right? Then I was like, wait a second. I really like what they did here with these images. Look, I don't like the people, but it's like a sticker effect. I was like, that's pretty cool. Looked it around, like the colors, the fonts, like, this is getting somewhere. Gave it some more feedback to say to it, hey, remove the people. I love the sticker idea, gradients, what. And then it came back with some more, went further down the line. So it created these like stickers and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow. But I went and did this, and then it created another example of this, what this looks like, the squiggly lines. I hate dots like this. So I was like, cool. At one point I told it to remove that. But I'm really liking some of the stuff that it was doing, more scribble system. I like that. And then more of the sticker idea, which I was like, look, I didn't like this example, but I saw it was going with that. So it just kept going. Obviously gave me something completely different. I was like, this is not great. Way more down the sticker, refine these stickers. So I didn't like the gradient effects. And I was like, wow, this is getting cool. I like the brightness of this. I then brought in, I realized it missed the red that I have. So I brought that into this, a bit too much red, I would say. Then I went like completely overboard with that. Back to the sticker system. So I just kept refining, and I walked away and went, okay, we've gotten to something. Oh, and then I think the washi tape effect on stickies. I was like, I really like that. So I started bringing more of that into it. I like the washi effect. But there's still something here. I walked away from my computer. I came back. I was like, this sticker idea has gone a bit too cheesy. And so I fed this in and said, this is where I'm at. So I'm liking. But here's our homepage. I started another chat because I know it's now gotten to a point where it's probably used up my context window within ChatGPT, especially to make images. And said, give me some more options, something that's more professional, our ICP is a bit older, etc., etc. And then like sort of refines it a bit, and it started getting to a point. And then, it got to this editorial one. I was like, ooh, there's something here that's getting professional. I almost like this. People again, I forgot to tell it about the people thing, but it got somewhere that I started to really like. And so and then I got right through to this. I was like, oh wow, I really like these cards that it made. I like the stickies. Okay, maybe not so much the pins that go into it, but the washi tape effect is great. Tried one or two things, and it made like dots. I hate the dots. Made this, and I was like, I think I'm at a point now where I can move this to Claude Design, and that's what I did. So I went through to Claude Design. So you're not going to get access to Claude Design. You have to use the browser. It's not on the web app yet. But here, down here, you've got Claude Design. And I went out and I asked ChatGPT, just give me the notes that I need to put into Claude Design to create this. So I gave it obviously the image that it created, plus our brand guidelines into Claude Design. And then I said to it, build out Claude Design, build out our brand guidelines, and here's some feedback based on what ChatGPT had given me there. I said, give me the notes so that I can give it to Claude Design. And it went and created like a full, it created me dashboard and UI kit, a full-on website even within that, some of it, the fonts that I liked this little hand-drawn font that we can use. It obviously got brand colors that it pulled in, the spacing, rotation, and then went on buttons. Some of it didn't get right. So I just had to say it needs work, and I hit needs work, and I just told it, hey, make them fully rounded. I liked our rounded buttons. Cards and modules, for example, I've made some changes here. Look, the washi tape's been brought in. Form inputs that nailed, like tags and all sorts of things. And I'm like, this is insane. Like, it's done such a great job of this. Made some tweaks and changes as I went, with just saying looks good or needs work, for example. We're now at this stage. I've got this covered and done, right? Now let's go and take this design and let's go use Claude Code to go and build us a welcome mailer within my new design style. Okay, so took this, you hit share here on the side, you say hand off to Claude Code. That was what I did here, but you can also just export this as standalone HTML, because that's what it really is. It's just a bunch of HTML files that is now built, and you can hand it off to any LLM that you want to work with. But yeah, in this case, you hand off to Claude Code, you hit copy this command, and I opened up Claude Code, and I was like, hey, fetch the design file me, that's exactly that. And I said, hey Claude, please create a kit.com HTML template that uses the Growth Experts design style that I've linked above, making us amazing, well-designed, well-thought-out welcome mailer for somebody who signs up to our newsletter. I'm going to give you the text. So we actually have a welcome mailer, but it's just text. So that was it. I've got I think the mail that I've written is pretty well written. It's nice and quirky and it fits within our brand style. But I was like, this template is terrible. It's just text, right? And I was like, I want to make something really cool. So I just told her, make it using our design style, make sure HTML template is using best coding practice for email templates, so it works across many email clients. Obviously needs to work within Kit's template code. Give me a shot, any questions. I realized I didn't paste the mailer in, so it asked me, hey, we put the mailer in, and it went and built the template out, explained what it did. And I was like, okay, cool. And so if you look here, check this out. I know my face is a bit in the way here, but this is the mailer that I created. And so what I've now gone and done with that is you grab this, I copied this text, right? I need to go to Kit, there we go. I pasted this template in here, and if you hit preview layout, here is our designed kit.com fully functional, designed welcome template. Probably maybe some tweaks I would probably make, but I mean, this is what I got to in like 15 minutes of work. Right? And I think this is, it stands out. It's completely unique than the templates that you can probably pull inside of kit.com, for example. I mean, they're so average, right? But this is unique. This is unique to us. And then lastly, what I will want to show you is what we've managed to do for one of our clients doing the same thing. These are the two mailers that are sent out from, it's like a drip campaign. It's just these two, or there's a newsletter and a one sort of welcome mailer, right? And we've gone ahead and created a full 6 email sequence, right? Designed, well more designed. It's got HTML elements. It's got cost involved because they're signing up to something. It's got a a countdown timer. Then the next mail goes out. It's got buttons. It's got style guides. It's got like everything you can imagine. Like, it just looks so much more professional. We've got videos in here that we'll replace. That you can click on and open, like breakdown here. We'll put some images in here, how many spots left. I mean, we'll even sort of show how many taken, how many spots are remaining, claim your spot, like all these things. A whole bunch of mailers, obviously with a countdown timer, this round closing a date, and we'll put all this information in. So this is what you're able these days to do with ChatGPT, which I really love for its image generation, Claude Design for its brand guidelines and brand design for your brand. Use Claude Code or any LLM to generate the HTML for these mailers and then put them into Kit.com, Campaign Monitor, Beehive, whatever template builder, as long as it's got an HTML template builder within it, getting these unbelievable mailers that you can start to send instead of the poorly built templates and probably boring text mailers. So I hope this helps. Got any questions? Give me a shout. You know where to reach me. Cheers.